Shalom, shalom. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Merkah Kodash. Double honor to the apostles, the elders, the great millstone, and shalom to the hopeful elect. All right, brothers and sisters, I'm Brother Malak, and I'm back with another lesson to feed the sheep of Yahweh, Yahushua. And Lord willing, this lesson will be edifying. And this lesson I want to go into today is going to be about, the curses. Our nation is still cursed. The Hebrew Israelites are under curses, man. You got a lot of people, think they free because they can do this and do that. No, you're still under curses. And then a lot of them, they start to wonder why, they in that situation they in because of the curses, man. But, they won't acknowledge that, though. Here it is, we telling them, but, they don't want to accept the fact that, they've been cursed. Because we're not free, man. Because we were free, we wouldn't be working these jobs. We wouldn't be going to eat for everything if we were free. And many more things. So that being free is a lie, like they like to say, if I'm not mistaken, it's July the 4th. Supposed to be Independence Day, something like that. Apparently, they signed a bill, and they freed the slaves. Our people, they still in captivity. Just because we ain't got the chains on us, that doesn't mean we ain't in captivity. We still in captivity. I'm on a plantation right now. So, it goes to show you. But anyway, we're going to get some scriptures, We're going to prove that we still under these curses. And we are not free. This is Baruch chapter 3, verse 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our power. So, right. And that captivity we in is being here in America, Babylon the Great. Right, because our people are scattered, all over the place, And another thing, we still have to pay for things. You have to pay for your house, gas, food, all that. So we still subject to payments, meaning we still under the curses. Because it's part of a curse, But we under the curse because, our forefathers, they went off. And the whole nation got cursed. But why did these curses, come upon us in the first place? I'm finna get into that. But yeah, man, we are yet, this day in our captivity. And that's true, Because we still, have to go out here, work for everything we want, You know, got to pay bills, got to pay to put gas in your vehicle, pay for food and water. You got other things you got to pay for too. You know, rent, all type of stuff, man. Right? We live in a captivity lifestyle. We're not free. You know, that's a lie. Or people just think they're free because, you know, they can just do whatever, please their flesh, but no, you're not free. And it goes to show you that, you know, majority of people got no understanding, you know, and they stupid. Our Lord called them Sodom's children, man. They ain't got a bit of damn sense. We still under these devil's feet right now, man. So, right, if you gotta pay for things, then guess what? You under the curses. And everybody paying for stuff. But I'm talking about Israel here, though. Everybody got to pay for things, but I'm talking about Israel. If you're Israelite, you got to pay for stuff, then you under the curses. You ain't free. But, you know, these curses will eventually come off us completely and go into the other nations. You know, that's going to happen. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to start in Deuteronomy 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord, thy power to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. So, right, the reason we curse now as a nation because we broke the law, statutes, and commandments. We broke the old covenant. That's why the Lord put all these curses upon us, you know, because we disobeyed him. We broke the law, statutes, we broke the law, statutes, and commandments. So that's why we're in this predicament. This just didn't happen for no reason. No, we disobeyed the Lord. That's why he put us in slavery. That's why we still in captivity yet to this day, because we disobeyed him. But the Lord gonna bring a remnant back to him and serve him so they can be delivered. And the rest of our people gonna be destroyed because they not gonna come out of this world. But yeah, because you got a lot of people, they want to say, oh, why the Lord do this to us, put us in slavery, had him do that to us. Well, before you want to start questioning the Lord, hey, maybe you should read, you know, Deuteronomy 28 and see for yourself why we went in to slavery and such and such. We went through that because we disobeyed the Lord and he turned his back on us. That's why we went into slavery. Because of our disobedience. And let's see, let's get verse 68. And you can read, you know, some more. Because Deuteronomy 28, you know, it goes into, you know, all the curses that are on us, you know. But just want to get to the point. Okay, this is verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen, bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. So, right, the Lord said we were going to go into Egypt again, those ships. Now that Egypt, they talk about actual Egypt. It's talking about America, Babylon the Great. That's what it's talking about. That's where we went on ships into, into Babylon. So yeah, and we haven't seen our land since then. Cause this isn't our land. Our land has been overrated by the gutter rats. They doing all type of wickedness over there. But we will soon be back in our land though. Right, we were sold to our enemies. I mean, you gotta put it together, What were they doing back then? They were selling so-called blacks. They were having them in auctions, these devils. Right, because them part of curses. And that goes to show you that, we the Lord's people. He only gave the commandments to the Israelites. So, right, man. We are still under curses. We are still, in captivity. We are not free. We won't be free until Yahushua come back and, take these devils down. So, just putting that out there, But Lord willing, you were edified. And I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, and the water to whoever tuned in and listen. And Lord willing, I'm back with another lesson. Keep the faith. Shalom.